Hello everyone, my name is Adeline Spears and welcome back to another AWX weather forecasting video. And in this video, I'm going to be providing you your Super Bowl Sunday weather forecast. This year's Super Bowl is taking place in the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. The Big Easy is going to be hosting this nail-biter against the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's go ahead and get into this weather forecasting video. So the first thing we are going to be looking at is our U.S. overview for tomorrow, Super Bowl Sunday. We will be looking at quite a strong cold front sweeping across the majority of this central United States, getting even into the deep south by early afternoon and even into the evening hours. But here along the southern half of the United States, talking about all the way over here in the desert Southwest, well into southern Texas and even into the southeast, are going to still be looking at those absolutely perfect conditions tomorrow. We're talking about sunny, clear skies, temperatures in the mid-70s, maybe even the lower 80s if you're over here in southern Florida and southern Texas. Overall, just a perfect day to enjoy watching the big game. But over here in the Northeast, it could not be any more of a stark contrast. We're going to be dealing with quite a cold and wet Super Bowl Sunday up here, as we're looking at possibly a significant winter storm starting tonight and lasting well into Sunday. Here in central Pennsylvania and even southern New Jersey, icing along with that wintry mix is going to be the main problem starting tonight and lasting into the early morning hours tomorrow. So that should be out of your hair by game time, but definitely something that's going to cause some impacts over there in Philadelphia in central Pennsylvania. But further north, this is looking like more of a primarily snow event. We're talking about areas like upstate New York, getting into Albany, even along the coastal areas like New York City, Boston, and as far north as Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. You guys are going to be getting in on this snow as well. Could be heavy at times, especially into New Hampshire, Vermont, southern Maine, and upstate Connecticut and Massachusetts as well. That's where those highest snow totals will be found at the end of the day tomorrow. So now let's go ahead and jump into our deep dive into Super Bowl Sunday game day for those three cities tomorrow night. All right, now we're going to be looking at that deep dive into your game day weather forecast for cities like New Orleans, Kansas City, and Philadelphia. So starting off at the Big Easy, where the big game is going to be hosted, it's looking like an absolutely incredible day for the big game. We're going to start off at 4 p.m., that official kickoff time. Temperature sitting at about 75 degrees and those partly sunny skies. As we get closer and closer to kickoff at about 6:30, those temperatures will start to slowly drop off as the sun does begin to set, settling at about 72 at kickoff time. As we get closer and closer to halftime, through the end of the game, those temperatures are going to taper off into the upper 60s with some partly cloudy skies. Now getting into the home of the Chiefs Kingdom, Kansas City, Missouri. This is looking like a pretty chilly game day. Not that out of the ordinary since this is February. We're going to be looking at temperatures in the mid to lower 30s starting from 4 p.m. Again, getting into kickoff time at about 6:30. And as we get later and later into the night, by the game's conclusion, we're looking at temperatures well below freezing, maybe even dropping into the upper 20s. Now looking at Philadelphia, home of the Eagles, I did mention we're going to be looking at some light to moderate icing early that morning. Hopefully some of that will be melting off the roadways by game time, but definitely still drive with caution if you're heading out to watch the big game, because by 4 p.m. those temperatures will be warming up a little bit, getting above freezing, temperatures in the lower 40s. We are looking as well at those partly cloudy to partly sunny skies. As we go into the night, past kickoff time, those temperatures will be getting into the lower 40s, still above freezing, but definitely going to be a little bit of a chill in the air. But overall, this Super Bowl Sunday forecast is looking like an absolutely fantastic one, unless you are some folks up there in the Northeast Northeast, we're going to be dealing with that winter weather. The rest of the United States is looking mild to warm with very little to no precipitation this Super Bowl Sunday. So have a great weekend, be safe, and I'll see you soon here on the AWX YouTube channel.